What is going on, everyone? Badger here. Should have like and sub, and let's get into this. Shout out to the CD Projekt Red Dev who spoke their mind and said what a lot of us were saying. And of course, they didn't like that. Not one bit. No, of course not. So he has been forced to apologize about as quickly as he came out trying to speak his own mind. CD Projekt Red senior lead weapon artist Mikhail Kalis apologized for claiming that the criticisms of Ubisoft and its development team are receiving for Assassin's Creed Shadows are valid. Initially, he took to X, and we got to hear, saying what a lot of us have said, that the concerns and criticism around Assassin's Creed Shadow are valid, and I personally think it might disrespect Japanese culture with the provided historical inaccuracy. People, especially Japanese people, have full right to oppose trends like this, and we've seen not only do they have Yusuke doing things. Obviously, he is a historical person, but some of the events they're going to have him take place in, he was not there. And despite the weird revisionist history that happens all the time and is ironic for a game like Assassin's Creed, yes, Assassin's Creed did try to be historically accurate and fit everything into that frame of narrative. So this is a very fair criticism for anyone that's actually played the games, which that's probably the most frustrating part of this whole thing is all the people that they don't give a shit about Assassin's Creed, and they'll go right back to not caring. They're just coming out to comment on this particular controversy. You can see here his most recent comments about it did not go over well with people in his own community, even though he's refusing to show the receipts of exactly who came after him. So here we go. Here is his follow-up tweet. I've noticed criticism regarding my recent comment about Assassin's Creed Shadows. After reflecting on it and reading your responses / retweets, I realize I owe you an apology. First of all, I acknowledge that I am not qualified to share statements or discuss such topics. It's the internet. We're all qualified. Your feedback has been highlighted the importance of being more informed and respectful in my opinions. It has also shown me that we should be more open to new ideas and not restrict ourselves too much while creating new worlds. So just don't follow any logic. Just do whatever you want. No restrictions. Again, they got to him with the message. We all draw inspiration from a wide range of media, and that's great. I appreciate your patience and understanding. I've learned something valuable and will strive to do better in the future. I'm going to do better, Senator. Of course, then he did the white supremacy thing that they all accuse us of, even though that's just the below the waist. But that's all right. We can't be perfect. I'm looking forward to the next Assassin's Creed. The setting intrigues me a lot. Winky face. Please don't be mad and fire me. Please don't come after me with pitchforks. I've learned my lesson. Are we good now? I'll accept your blackwashing. Oh, thank you, Master. Yeah, that's what that fucking was right there. So then, of course, he promptly protected his tweets. So there you go. So now, even if you wanted to, you can't go and see what people said to him because all of his tweets are now protected. So pretty par for the course there. And yeah, it got to me. Sure, it does look like got a Ryan from RK Outpost thing going on there. Shout out, Ryan. Mark Kern, of course, aka Grum, speculated that Kalis was bullied into posting the apology. Doesn't take him. I would have speculated the exact same thing, especially that he literally said, I'll do better. But here we have Grums. Senior lead 3D weapon artist at CD Projekt Red gets bullied into changing his stance on Assassin's Creed. I mean, the two things are polar opposite too, and I highly doubt that a couple of comments made him shift that quickly. The dev pressure out there to conform is immense, and if you don't play ball, you will get pushed out. Nobody in AAA gaming is free to speak. I have so many friends and contacts who tell me they will lose their jobs if they say anything. That has been heard a billion times. Like I said, there is no free speech out there for them. They live in a climate of either weaponized compassion or straight up fear. And you can see they got to him. Look at the diametrically different Hey, I hear everything you're saying, and yeah, man, I worry this could be offensive to, I'm sorry, don't hurt me. This is all totally possible. Thank you. Don't hurt me. Don't fire me. And then, of course, this just all gets referenced from Grums again about that Activision DEI leak. And I think much like when the inclusion standards came out for Amazon, and then other people had to point out, like, oh, don't worry, every major studio has those. Just because it got leaked from one studio doesn't mean they don't all have them. That's just like this. The DEI officers, the commissars being installed on every dev team, yeah, they got that going on at CD Projekt Red, of which they don't even hide it at CD Projekt Red. They put out whole ESG trailers saying, look how good they are conforming. And I want to just all go back to this because shout out Mr. Tech Rat, who was telling me while he was at the Best of Buy talking to an Asian person working there, and they were talking about Assassin's Creed. And yes, this Asian person had the balls to expect that it would be a male and female Asian protagonist like in every other game, and then pointed out something we've all been pointing out. No one had a problem with Assassin's Creed Freedom Cry, an expansion DLC for Assassin's Creed 4, where you play as Adewale, who was the ship's quartermaster, right-hand man for much of the game, and then he becomes an assassin in his own right and has a whole story set during the Haiti slave uprising. Great game, great character. Was happy to see him get his own expansion DLC. No one said a goddamn thing about Assassin's Creed 3 DLC, Aveline Dupree and her, where she has 3 different personas, because they acknowledged that her walking around would be a little sus. So she has the lady persona, the slave persona, and of course her actual assassin persona. They explain away all the things that nowadays they wouldn't, and would just say, accept it, bigot, with revisionist history. This, again, acknowledged historical reality while inserting the Assassin's Creed story. So hypocrisy is only coming from one side. We had no problem with Black assassin protagonists when it was done right, but still not wrong for Japanese people to want a Japanese protagonist in their male game, in their Assassin's Creed game. And also to point out that a lot of the architecture is Chinese, various other things that have pointed out that keep calling her a shinobi, or females weren't shinobis. They were a different, whatever. The point is, they're not even trying. They're literally just throwing the ESG on a plate, and you guys are gobbling it up. And the ones that are actually crying out and saying something, or what's happening to us is always happening. The ones that are doing this are getting bullied into capitulating and apologizing. Well, not going to happen. Not going to happen on this one. Wait till you see. We've already seen the stocks drop, going over 15% at this point for Ubisoft. So good luck. Good luck. If you think you can replace us, you can't. And boy, you're going to be in a rude awakening when your game tanks. Same thing with Star Wars Outlaws. So let me know what you think of this. Does this shock you at all? Probably not. Doesn't shock me. Make sure to like, share, and sub. If you've done that, thank you. If you're going to do that, thank you. And well, Yasuke.
Well, bye.